kickoff to Southern California. And here's the boot, that soccer-style kick. It's floating down here to Moore, and Moore is back to the 15, to the 20, 25, comes up to the 30, and brings that ball all the way up to the 33-yard line before he's finally hauled down, and making the tackle with Webb, a linebacker of Notre Dame. Harris and Sean in that backfield. They're in the I formation with two flankers. Jimmy Jones, who always gives Notre Dame a lot of problems. Now the give is to his fullback, right straight up the middle. To the 40-41 goes Lou Harris of Sacramento, a 205-pound senior fullback, and he ripped through there to the 40, getting 7 yards on the play. And the tackle was made by Ellis. Now coming in defensively is O'Malley. Coming out is Schlesis, who's in that secondary. The ball is on the 40. It's 2nd down and 3 to go for Southern California. Out wide to the left now. The flanker back, Garrison, is put out now wide to the left. And here's Jones on the give again to that running back. Harris running off right guard, and O'Malley makes the tackle on about the 43-yard line. He's going to be very close to a first down if he didn't get it. Schlesis comes back in defensively. O'Malley, who made the tackle, is coming out for Notre Dame. They'll bring the chain gang out now for a measurement. And there's no question that Southern California is fired up for this ball game against Notre Dame today, as they usually are. This is the 43rd meeting. It's a first down for Southern California. You can hear from the roar across the field. They've got a lot of their rooters out here at this ball game today. High formation, and a give again. Here's to Harris. Harris tries to cut in the middle of the line, slips and falls, and the tackle is made secure by Greg Marks. And so that will make it 2nd down coming up, and 11 yards to go as Harris went down on the 42-yard line. Checking in now is Bella. Chris Bella is coming in at the tight end, and Charlie Young is going out. Split out to the right is Swan, and Garrison is flanked to the left in the I formation. Top of that I is Harris, the fullback. He goes in motion wide to the left, being covered by 2 Notre Dame men. Jones is going back to pass. He cocks his arm. He throws deep, and it is incomplete. Intended for Garrison out of the left back. He's a junior, 20 years old. Clarence Ellis was back there to cover, so that brings up the all-important 3rd down now for Southern California. There's no question, Bill, this ball club is fired up.
Ben, you're absolutely right, and that was reminiscent of the first quarter at Los Angeles last year when Jones just riddled the Irish secondary, and actually that time Garrison was very, very open and right in front of Clarence Ellis.
Patolsky, Kadish, Marks, and Swenson up front. 3rd down, 11 yards to go from the Southern California 42-yard line. Jones in the I formation with 2 flankers. Harris in motion to the left. Jones back to throw. He's going to run the option. He's hit. He's dropped on the 44-yard line. He cocked his arm, faked it. He was going to run right up the middle. He made a fine call on that. The only problem was he ran into Greg Marks. Greg Marks and Crotty were both in there to make the stop on the 44. That brings up the 4th down and 9 yards to go. And Crotty goes back in the safety spot. And back in kick formation goes Boulware, the kicker for Southern California. He's standing inside the 30-yard line. And Crotty is back now in the deep safety spot. And here's the boot, and he booms this one deep. Crotty goes all the way back to the 11. He comes back to the 15, goes to the 20, 25, goes to the 30. And is finally tackled. He almost broke it at the 32-yard line by Lou Harris, who tripped him up. No score, and Gatewood is flanked out wide to the right. We'll set up the offense for you first, and then we'll get to the defense. They're in the wishbone. The quarterback is Brown. He's got the full backfield, and the pitch back is to Gallagher. Gallagher tries to cut, gets to the 36, and is dropped on the 36-yard line. Dropped on the 36. The tackle was made by Parker, the safety man. Notre Dame has Gatewood, Humphrey, Pomerico, Novikov, Condrick, Dampier, and Creaney up front. Brown is in the backfield along with Hop, Gallagher, and coming out of there is Darrell Dewan. He's been replaced in there by Larry Parker. So it's Parker now in the backfield for Notre Dame. Ball is marked on the 34. It's 2nd and 8. And the give now to the fullback. Huff running up the middle. Gets to the 36-yard line and is backed up there by McGurr. For Southern California, John Grant, Mike McGurr, George Follett, and Stiles are up front. Paul, Anthony, and Carter backing up the line with Thomas, Page, Parker, and Dyer in the secondary. The ball is resting on the 36-yard line. It's 3rd down and 6 yards to go now for Notre Dame. Gatewood is deployed out wide to the right. Creaney, the tight end, is in on the right side. They're in the full wishbone backfield, and back goes Brown to throw. He gets time. He throws. It's incomplete. Gatewood had 3 Southern California Trojans covering him on that play, Bill.
He was throwing into a crowd of people. Thomas was there, Dyer was there, Fate was there, and even Parker came up from his safety position, so you can bet that Southern California is watching Mr. Tom Gatewood, Notre Dame's top receiver, with a great deal of intention today. Incidentally, Southern Cal has been giving a pretty good rush to that Notre Dame offense so far. Some big men up front.
Doherty is back in kick formation. It's 4th down. And dropping back, Swan along with Hinton for Southern California. The perfect pass from center, and Doherty gets it away. Sort of a floating kick is taken on the 31-yard line by Hinton, and he goes to the 35, east of the 40, and is finally bumped out of bounds. That was a 33-yard kick. With Garrison and Swan are the flankers, then the I formation. So Mike Ray is the quarterback. Jimmy Jones, who started, is out of there, and here's Ray back to throw. Looks, goes the home run ball, and look out, it is caught, but it is out of bounds. He dropped it as he went out of bounds, and he ran almost in the seats down there. That was Swan, the flanker. Stepaniak was back to cover. The foot race was on, but he just overthrew him. And I want to tell you, Mike Ray can really put that ball in the air. He threw it about 55 yards in the air.
He was going fast, and a heart stopper right there.
Swan is flanked out to the left this time. Garrison deployed to the right. Here's a pitch back now to the running back Harris. He tries to turn the corner, and he's knocked out of bounds. He tried to cut, and he slipped. Now, the field had been covered out here, but it's still a little slippery. And knocking him out of bounds over there was Eric Patton of Notre Dame. Usraka, Patton, O'Malley, Ellis, Crotty, Tolman, and Stepaniak. And now O'Malley checking back in. Young and Bella keep interchanging there for Southern California. Coming out is Schliza, so they got O'Malley, another linebacker in there for Notre Dame. It is third down coming up for the Trojans. And about 12 yards to go. Garrison and Swan are flanked out. Garrison deployed to the left side, Swan to the right side. They're in the pro set now with the two setbacks and out of the I formation. And here's a flag. He might have taken too much time to get that play underway, so we'll have a delay in game. 10 minutes, 39 seconds of playing time remaining in the first quarter of Notre Dame, and there's no score between these two fine teams. The press box today is full of pro scouts. They really love this front four of Notre Dame. Wide to left is Swan. Waiting for it now is the quarterback, Mike Ray, spelled R-A-E. Back he goes, tries to cut, swings out wide. Petolsky has him to the jersey. Finally, it gets out of bounds. Zerker is the man who finally chased it out of bounds. Petolsky had a hold of him, and he couldn't hold on to him. He tried to make a cut and slipped, and then was in trouble. So the ball is back on the 30, which makes it fourth down. And 20 yards to go now, and so the kicker Boulware is back in there now for Southern California. Mike Crotty goes back in the safety spot. The series originating on the 40, the ball is now on the 30, so it's 4th and 20. 10:25 to play in the first quarter. Boulware standing back on the 15-yard line of Southern California, gets a good pass from center, gets his kick away. He's almost blocked, but he got it away, and he had the pressure on him, and so it's going to be a short kick. Went out of bounds on about the 46-yard line, and so Notre Dame, Bill, has great field position.
There was a great rush put on that time, and especially by Rick Pullman, the right outside linebacker of Notre Dame, a 6'1", 230-pounder who came through there blitzing, and nobody bothered to pick him up, and he was just an inch or so away from getting a hand on that football. Fine effort by Rick Pullman.
Townsend in there and flanked out wide to the right. Darrell Dewan is back in there. Andy Huff. Gallagher in that backfield. Cliff Brown going to give to Huff off left guard. He's at the 50, and Huff is on down to the 47 in Southern California territory. And Artemus Parker of Sacramento made the tackle. He's a big boy, 6'4", 207 pounds, and he is only a sophomore. John McKay has some of the best talent every year at Southern California. The ball is on the 48-yard line. 47-yard line market of Southern California. Waiting for it now is Brown, and Brown on a give to Huff. He tried the same play, but this time it didn't work. He ran into John Grant of Boise, Idaho, the 6'5", 230-pound defensive left end.
And there are a lot of plus 240-pounders in that Southern California defense up front and in the linebacking corps. He has 3 seniors, 5 juniors, and 3 sophomores on that defensive team we're watching on the field right now.
Third down, a little better than a yard to go for Notre Dame. Townsend out wide to the right. Waiting for it is Brown. He gives it off to Huff, and Huff has got the yard. He gets down to the 44, possibly to the 43-yard line. He got the yard all right. First down for Notre Dame. Mark it on the 44-yard line. Tackle made by Charlie Anthony along with Hall, the linebacker. So mark the ball on the 44-yard line. Coming out is Larry Parker. Darrell Dewan goes back in there. To the right is Townsend. Michigan leading Minnesota 7-0 in the annual battle for the Little Brown Jug. Illinois ahead of Northwestern 3-0. Give to Gallagher on a reverse. And Gallagher cuts in at the 41. He was following his blocker over there, Condrick, and he got it to the 41, picking up 3 on the play. And the tackle was made by Bob Erickson, who's backing up the line on the left side. So mark the ball on the 41-yard line. Make it second down, 7 yards to go. Replacing Novikov for Notre Dame, Townsend is flanked out wide to the right in the wishbone formation. Southern California almost in a 6-man defensive line. Brown back to throw. Gets time. Throws deep to Townsend. He was right through his hands at the goal line. He was covered by 2 men. Thomas and Dyer had him covered. The ball was thrown perfectly. It just hit Townsend in a bad spot.
Well, last week we saw Cliff Brown overthrow, throw wide, but that one was right on the money, but he had 3 people with him.
Third down and 7. I mentioned Illinois. It was Indiana. Northwestern trailing 3-0 to Indiana. Townsend out wide to the right. Brown rolling back, throwing, and he's completing it out here to Dewan at the 40. He's at the 35. Dewan is at the 30. Dewan is down to the 28-yard line. It's the first down for Notre Dame, and the Irish are beginning to move. The tackle was made by Artemis Parker, the safety man of Southern California. So mark that ball on the 28-yard line of Southern California. Larry Parker checking back in the backfield. That's a second first down. 7 minutes and 50 seconds of playing time remaining in the first quarter. Dewan is out. Parker's back in, and Cliff Brown moving his ball club well. He's from Middletown, Pennsylvania. Creaney, the tight end, is split out to the left side. Townsend is flanked to the right side in the wishbone formation. 4-4 defense employed by Southern California. The pitch is back there to Gallagher. He's at the 30. Tries to turn the corner. Does. Goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line, but there is a flag on the play. With 7.5 minutes of playing time remaining, a flag goes down. Tripping against Notre Dame. Parker might have been a guilty party.
Larry Parker was trying to get his body in front, and he just couldn't squeeze enough in front to get the block fully and cleanly done. And that's the reason for the flag on the far side of the field at the 29-yard line. Incidentally, we're seeing some outstanding blocking on the right side of the Notre Dame offensive line from John Kondrick, a junior, 6'5" and 265, and Dampier, a junior, 6'4" and 240. And it's also interesting that Southern California, Van, is using much the same defense that North Carolina did, almost an 8-man front, just daring the Irish to throw.
The ball is on the 42-yard line now. It'll be first down. 23 yards to go. Brown calling the signals. Brown takes it, goes back to throw again, got some protection, throws one deep, and this one is intercepted by Southern California's Dyer. He's back to the 30, goes to the 35, gets a block, he's at the 40. He breaks another tackle, steps in at the 45, he's at the 50. He's finally brought down on the 48-yard line. Bruce Dyer intercepted the ball for Southern California and brought it back to the 48-yard line, a 32-yard return. And the Southern California Trojans are in business on the Notre Dame 48-yard line. Brown had the time to throw, but that secondary dropping back and doing a fine job of pass coverage. And so the defensive unit of Notre Dame back in the ball game as the Trojans break out of the huddle. They have Brown at center, Ryan and Graff at the guard, Bella and Adams at the tackles. 2 flankers in the I formation. The quarterback is Jimmy Jones back in there now, and Jones going back to throw, stays in the pocket, the pressure's on him, he throws it, it is incomplete. Away, calls it complete. He calls it complete at the 35-yard line. It looked like he might have trapped the ball, but it is called complete to Young. Charlie Young at the 35-yard line. Eric Patton was the man over there covering, so it'll be a first down. First and 10 to go. And Charlie, California, they have the ball on the 35-yard line. Flanked out wide to the right side is Garrison. Swan is deployed to the left, and Jones asking for time now. Comes back to talk to the official. Garrison is flanked out to the right side. Swan is deployed to the left side of the I formation. Signals are being called by Jimmy Jones, and Jones now on a give to his big fullback running off right guard down to the 31-yard line. That's Sam Cunningham of Santa Barbara, 6'3", 212-pound junior. He moved to the 31. He got 4 yards on the play. Tackle was made in there by Kadish. Mark Kadish, incidentally, has made 53 tackles this year. That was number 53. The ball on the 31-yard line. It will be second down, 6 yards to go. Garrison flanked to the right side. Swan is deployed to the left. They're in a pro set now with Harris and Cunningham, the running backs, and Jones is back to throw. He slipped, cocks his arm, and throws this one deep, and it is caught for a touchdown by Southern California. And the defensive back of Notre Dame, the All-American Clarence Ellis, slipped as he tried to cover on the play.
Garrison, who caught that, has scored 3 other times this year. That's his 4th touchdown of the season. He ran a down and out pattern, and he was a step or 2 behind Ellis. Beautiful reception and a fine recovery on that throw by Jones as his play was right on the money, right in the hands of Garrison.
Now we'll have the try for point, and kicking will be Ray. The ball is spotted. Jones holding. The kick is up. The kick is good. So the clock is stopped on the field. We'll be back now with the Notre Dame kickoff. The score, Southern California 7, Notre Dame nothing. All ready to go now, and kicking off for Southern California will be Willie Hall. Deminick is deep along with Greg Hill. Notre Dame on the short end of a 7-0 score, and here's the boot. High end-over-end kick. Coming down to Deminick on the 1. He's back to the 5. He goes to the 10, the 15, goes to the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, he's at the 40, the 45, the 50, the 45, the 30, he's at the 35. He's finally knocked out of that. On the 34-yard line by Willie Hall.
beautiful run, and Gary Diminick was almost off to the races. He had only one man who could possibly hit him, and he just barely nicked him out of bounds. And the Irish with an electrifying return by Gary Diminick of 65 yards. And rapidly coming back after Southern California had scored. 5:34 remaining, first quarter. Southern Cal leading 7-0 and Notre Dame on the move.
First and 10 now for Notre Dame with the ball on the 34-yard line. Willie Townsend flanked out wide to the right side. The wishbone formation with Cliff Brown calling the signals. And Brown on a give now to Darrell Dewan. That's at the 30. He's at the 28. He's hauled down on the 28 by Artemis Parker, the safety man, along with the linebacker of Southern California. And so mark the ball on the 28-yard line. And Larry Parker is coming in. And Darrell Dewan is coming out. 5 minutes, 15 seconds of playing time remaining in the first quarter with a score. 7-0 in favor of Southern California. Willie Townsend is flanked out wide to the right side. The full house, the wishbone. Brown calling the signals for Notre Dame. Brown on a give now to his running back Gallagher. He's at the 25-yard line. Is hauled down there by Charlie Anthony, the middle backer of Southern California. It'll be second down and just about a yard to go now for Notre Dame. Darrell Dewan coming back in the backfield. Eric Parsegan calls part of these plays. He interchanges the backs. Parker's coming out. Ball on the 25. Third down, 1 to go. The Irish trailing 7-0. Now here they're in a straight T formation. And the give is to Huff. And Huff is down to the 21. Got a first down. And Bob Erickson made the tackle for Southern California, and that's 3 first downs. The ball is on the 21. On that touchdown drive a moment ago, the Southern California Trojans went 48 yards in 3 plays. And here's John Siskowski replacing Andy Huff in the backfield at fullback. Huff gets a nice hand as he comes out. 4 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. With the ball on the 21-yard line of Southern California, first down and 10 to go. Townsend is out. Waiting for it now is Brown. He's the only flanker, Willie Townsend. The give is fakes to Siskowski. Play running off left guard is Brown. He got 2 and is brought down by McGurr, Mike McGurr, the defensive tackle on the 28, on the 18-yard line, a gain of 3. It'll be second down and 7 yards to go. Parker's coming back in again with the ball on the 18-yard line, and Darrell Dewan is coming out. Now that's a change in the backfield as Eric Parsegan, as I mentioned, continues to call some of the plays for his young sophomore quarterback, Cliff Brown. It's the wishbone now, the full house, with Brown calling the signals. Brown on the draw play, and it's given off to Parker. He's down to the 10, he's down to the 5, he is down to the 4-yard line before he's called down by Artemis Parker. And so Notre Dame bouncing right back, have a first down and goal to go on the 4-yard line. Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Providing Royal Globe Insurance in this area is J. Edward Poole and Company. This is WQBK, Rensselaer at 1300.
Our entire Mutual crew. The ball is in about the 3.5-yard line after Parker's 14-yard carry. It's the T formation with 1 flanker. And Brown on a give to Siskowski, and he's down to the 1. He is hauled down on the 1-yard line by the Southern California Trojans. And making the tackle that time was Parker, along with Erickson, the linebacker. It'll be second down and goal to go. Coming back in is Andy Huff. Siskowski comes out. Notre Dame trailing 7-0, but Notre Dame is down on the 1-yard line with 2.5 minutes of playing time remaining in the first quarter at South Bend, Indiana. Out of the huddle they come and over the ball goes Novikov, who's back in there at center. Willie Townsend is flanked out to the right. They're in the straight T formation. Waiting for it is Cliff Brown. And Brown on a give now to Huff. Touchdown, Notre Dame. 4 yards and 7 plays after a 65-yard run back of the kickoff by Nimick. And great blocking over on the left side from Humbert and Pomerico and Creedy, and they just barreled him right into the end zone, and Notre Dame now will try to tie it up. On the kick will be Thomas holding the ball. Doherty, the kick is up, and the kick is good. The score is Notre Dame 7, Southern California 7. We'll be back with the Notre Dame kickoff in just a moment. The Latham Bowl
went 34 yards and 7 plays after that kickoff return by Gary Diminick.
All ready to go, and kicking off will be Smith. They're dropping Hinton back now for Southern California, and dropping back with him is Moore. Here's the boot down to Hinton. He takes it to the end zone. He's back to the 5, goes back to the 10, 15, 20, 25. He's in the clear at the 30, the 35, the 40. He's at the 45. He is at the 40. He is at the 35-yard line before he is finally brought down. That's a brilliant run back to Southern California, 66 yards.
And Clarence Ellis last week against North Carolina averted a touchdown as they hand-fought the blockers away on a razzle-dazzle play instituted just for Notre Dame. And Mr. Ellis, an All-American candidate, that time was the only man who saved a touchdown by Southern California.
Hinton on a great run back. So Southern California comes right back undaunted. Swan is out wide to the left. Garrison is flanked out to the right. This I formation, 1st and 10 for Southern California. That touchdown scored for the Trojans, the first one in quite a while against Notre Dame. Here's Ray and their quarterback back to throw. Throws one to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Incomplete. Crotty was back there to cover on the play, and he just threw it over the head of Swan in the end zone. He's from Foster City, California, and I want to tell you that Mike Ray can really put that ball in the air. It's 2nd down and 10 to go for Southern California with 1 minute and 51 seconds of playing time remaining. And Bill Holland has replaced Sam Cunningham in the backfield for Southern California. Mike Ray now running the Southern California machine from the 35-yard line. They send Garrison out wide to the left. Swan is deployed to the right side in the I formation. That front four of Notre Dame. They're in a 4-4. And here is the give now to the running back who just went in there. Oh, it's Harris. Lou Harris on the carry. He's at the 30. And he is down to the 29-yard line. A gain of 6 yards on the play before he is finally hauled down. Mazurka made the tackle for Notre Dame. Mark it on the 29-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 4 yards. Mazurka made the tackle. Cunningham is coming back in. And Harris is going out. And split off to the right side is Swan. They're in the I formation with Cunningham in the top of the I. Mike Ray's the quarterback, and it's Cunningham hurtling over the middle. He's at the 25, and he is down to possibly the 24. O'Malley made the tackle for Notre Dame, along with Tolman. So mark that ball on the 24-yard line and make it 1st down and 10 to go for the Trojans of Southern California.
And Cunningham, Sam, a fullback, 6'3", 212, a junior from Santa Barbara, California, is their leading rusher with 5 yards per carry. And that's time demonstrated exactly why he is one of the fine backs in the country. Lots of power and excellent body balance.
Cunningham back in there now. Got 2 flankers again. Flank to the left is Garrison. Here is the fake to the fullback. Back to throw his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Southern California. Completed to Edward Garrison. A touchdown for Southern California. From the 24-yard line, a touchdown pass with 42 seconds to go in the first quarter. They moved 34 yards in 4 plays after a brilliant run back of the kickoff by Hinton. And the Trojans came in here really fired up for this one today. They'll have the try by Ray. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So the score is Southern California 14, Notre Dame 7. We'll be back with Southern Cal's kickoff in just a moment. Waiting now for the referee's whistle to get this one underway. We only have 42 seconds of playing time remaining in the first quarter. We've had an explosive first quarter. The ball is bouncing around. Fumbled by Greg Hill. It falls on the ball in the end zone. It's a touchback. Whoa, you can't let it roll around. After you touch it, somebody else will fall on it. And Greg Hill finally down in the end zone. So Notre Dame will take over 1st down and 10 to go from their own 20-yard line. Nice wire here from Elkhart, Indiana. Said would appreciate greeting mutual station WJJL in Niagara Falls, New York, where the game is being aired to thousands of Irish fans. J.F. Gill, class of 1933. Willie Townsend is flanked out wide to the right. Waiting for it now is the quarterback, Brown, and Brown takes it, and he hands it off to Darrell Dewan. Dewan tries the middle, gets about 2 yards, and that is it. The tackle is made in there by Papadakis, Don Papadakis, number 67, from Rolling Hills, California. That sounds romantic, doesn't it?
Man, we're seeing a lot of big number 74. Mike McGurr, a junior, 6'5" and 285 pounds, one of the outstanding defensive players in the country. And he's a middle man in that defense, and he's been very, very hard so far for the Irish centers to get out of there.
Townsend flanked to the right. Off to the left side is Parker, and here's Brown on the option, pitches it back to Gallagher, and he's going to be trapped for a loss. Oh, they had that one scouted pretty good, didn't they? Skip Thomas and Papadakis are the 2 men who made the tackle in there for the Southern California Trojans. And there's the gun. That's the end of the first quarter with the score, Southern California 14, Notre Dame 7. The Irish with a 3rd and 11. Creaney's wide to the left side. The wishbone formation. Townsend is split to the right side, and Brown is back to throw, and he dumps one out in the right flat to Gallagher that's incomplete. He led him just a little bit too much. They were trying to set up a screen over on the right side, and I want to tell you, John Grant and Stiles putting the pressure on, and it will bring up a 4th down, 11 situation, and so Notre Dame will have to kick from deep in their own territory, which will give Southern California great field position. Ryan Doherty is back to kick for Notre Dame. Southern California leading 14-7 as we start play in the second quarter, and here's the kick. Not particularly long. It's going to roll around the 45, and it's finally halted there by Willie Townsend on the 46-yard line of Notre Dame. A short kick of only 29 yards. And that means that the Southern California Trojans have great field position. They have the ball. First down and 10 to go on the Notre Dame 46-yard line, and they lead in this ball game 14-7 as we start play in the second quarter. Nice to have you with us today, and I hope wherever you are, you're enjoying the ball game from Notre Dame. Wide to the right is Swan. Garrison is deployed to the left, the I formation. And the quarterback now is Jimmy Jones. And Jones on the give to his running back who tries to cut. Lou Harris, the fullback, slips, falls on the 46. No gain on the play. The Zerka was in there, but when he made the cut, he slipped and fell at the 46-yard line. Patulski, Kadish, Marks, and Swinson up front. Mazurka, Patton, and O'Malley backing up the line, and Tolman with Ellis, Crotty, and Stepaniak in the secondary. Swan and Erickson are the flankers, or Garrison now, flanked out wide to the left. Here's Jones back to throw, gets the time, and throws one deep out there, and it is caught. Down on the 5-yard line, would you believe, by Garrison, who made another great catch, took it right away from Ellis on the 5-yard line, or the 4. Call it the 4.
And I can hardly remember a Notre Dame football game with anybody in which we've had 3 quarterbacks who have thrown the ball as far, as soon as Ray, Jones, and Cliff Brown. And that was a magnificent pitch of 42 yards and a great and almost incredible catch by Garrison right out of the arms of Clarence Ellis, an All-American in his own right. Back to you.
All right, Southern California out of the huddle. First down and goal to go on the 4-yard line. They have 5 first downs, and the give is to Cunningham, who dives down to the 2, and he's belted right at the 2-yard line. But Dolsky hit him first, and then he just made a dive over that line trying to get in there. And Crotty coming up from the secondary hauled him down on the 2. It's second down and goal to go. Southern California leading Notre Dame 14-7, and I want to tell you, they're right down on the 2-yard line, knocking on the door again. It is second down and goal to go. Swan is deployed out to the right side, and here's the give again to Cunningham, and Cunningham dives down to the goal line, but I don't believe he got over. They stocked him up again. Rather than try to go through, he is going over, just making a swan dive. And he stopped on the 1, just shy of that goal line. In the bottom of the pile, there's O'Malley.
Battle in the trenches is something to see that time. Cunningham came over John Vella, whose brother Chris is a member of the team, and they both went to Notre Dame High School in Van Nuys, California.
They're down. Cunningham scores. Touchdown. Southern California. He dives over the middle. And so now the Trojans have moved out in front of Notre Dame 20-7 here at South Bend with 12 minutes and 48 seconds of playing time remaining in the first half. After that poor kick by Doherty, they went 46 yards in 5 plays. They will kick. The kick is up. The kick is good. And the score is Southern California 21, Notre Dame 7. We'll be back with the Southern California kickoff in just a moment. Waiting now for the referee's whistle, and here we go. And here's the boot now by Hall. And this one is low end over end, taken in the end zone, and taken in there by Diminick, who elects not to run it out. So it'll be down on the 20-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 to go for Notre Dame from their own 20-yard line. So he elected with good coverage there on the kick not to run it out. So the Fighting Irish down 21-7 here in the second quarter. And this will give Coach Ara Parseed and his coaching staff and his ball club a real test today as they're down by 2 touchdowns. It's the wishbone formation. Brown waiting for it. And Brown on a pitch back now to Darrell Dewan following his blockers, and Dewan gets to the 24-yard line. He's brought down by John Grant, the big defensive left end of Southern California. 12 minutes and 30 seconds of playing time remaining in the first half. And the ball resting on the 24-yard line of Notre Dame, and Larry Parker is coming back into the backfield for the Irish. That big front 4 out there of Southern California, they're just about as big as the Notre Dame front 4. Greeny is flanked out wide to the left, and the weather conditions are almost the same, but not quite. Greeny wide to the left, Townsend to the right. Waiting for it is Brown, and Brown on the fake now, keeping the ball, picks up a block, but he's caught from behind on the 23-yard line. He fumbled the ball. I believe the whistle is blown. He fumbled the ball, but the whistle is blown. He was caught from behind by Fate. And so Notre Dame retains possession on the 23-yard line. And that will make it third down and 7 yards to go. And a big third down coming up right now for the Fighting Irish. Darrell Dewan comes in and Parker goes out. Third and 7, 11:40 to play in the first half. 21-7, Southern California leading. Townsend is flanked to the left side. And Gallagher is deployed out to the right side. They're in a double wing formation. The one setback is Andy Huff. And Brown is back to throw, and Brown looks, throws, and this one is caught on the 37-yard line by Willie Townsend on a comeback pattern. The tackle is made by Parker, but he hauled it in at the 37, and that's 5 first downs for Notre Dame.
Willie Townsend, who made that fine reception while falling, is a junior from Hamilton, Ohio. He's 190 pounds, 6'3". He has a brother who is a sophomore, and Willie is famous as he first came here, and since that time, as a freshman, for a great pair of hands. They're large, and they are very good. Back to you.
Waiting for it now is quarterback Brown, and Brown throws a swing pass to Townsend. Townsend picks up a block. He's at the 40, the 45. Townsend comes on back to the 48-yard line. And Fate made the tackle. They set up a screen. They sent him out on the right flat, hit him out there, and then brought him back to the inside and set up the screen. And so the ball is marked on the 48-yard line where it is first down and 10 to go for Notre Dame from their own 48-yard line. That's 6 first downs. Darrell Dewan is flanked to the left side. Willie Townsend goes to the right side. That staggered I formation with Gallagher in the top part of it. Brown throws over the middle to Creedy. He couldn't hold it. He had it in his hands and couldn't hold the ball right over the middle, Bill.
Creedy, who is yet to score this year, has an average on pass receptions of better than 10 yards, and he is widely recognized as one of the outstanding blocking tight ends in the country in collegiate football.
Ball on the 48-yard line, where it'll be second down and 10 to go. Brown hit Creedy all right. He had the play set up beautifully. He's back to throw again. Throws this one out here that is intercepted at the 49-yard line. It's intercepted by Dyer. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20, the 10, the 15. Touchdown, Southern California. How about that? Dyer picked it off and ran it right down the sidelines, 51 yards for a touchdown. Would you believe Southern California 27, Notre Dame 7?
I don't think anybody wanted an instant replay of last year except everybody in California. The rain is here, and now Southern California has jumped off to a big lead.
Here's the kick by Ray. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And the score is Southern California 28, Notre Dame 7. We'll be back with the Southern California kickoff in just a moment. The Notre Dame enthusiasts out in Spokane, Washington made it all possible. And the game is being carried at KEZE in Spokane. Tom Lally Jr., Spokane, Washington. Thank you very much. And here's the boot. High end-over-end kick coming down here to Greg Hill at the goal line. He's back to the 5, goes to the 10, 15, comes up to the 20, goes to the 25, up to the 27, and dropped on the 27-yard line after a run back of 27 yards. I'd like to tell Mr. Lally, though, that I have never in my entire life, I don't believe, ever mispronounced Spokane or Washington. The ball is on the 27-yard line, and it is now first down and 10 to go for Notre Dame. They're trailing by 21 points in the first half of this ball game. And Townsend is out wide to the left. Waiting for it now is Brown. That wishbone formation. And Brown on a give now to Darrell Dewan. He's at the 33-yard line and brought down there. And the tackle was made on the 33-yard line by Papadakis, who's in there at a linebacker spot. So mark the ball on the 33-yard line. It will be second down at about 4. Parker checking into the backfield for Notre Dame, and Darrell Dewan comes out. Next week, Notre Dame will meet the Navy right here at South Bend. The Naval Academy. Wide to the left is Townsend. Here's the wishbone formation again. They're doing a little stunning on defense. They have almost a 7-man defensive line up there for Southern California. And here's the give to Gallagher. Gallagher rips right up the middle, gets to the 40-yard line. And it'll be a first down for Notre Dame. The tackle was made by Mike McGurr. And so Notre Dame down by 21 points. They're battling right back here. And Olmstead is checked into the backfield, and Papadakis goes out. That's defensively for Southern California. Mark the ball on the 39, where the official placed it down, his knee at the ground. Townsend is wide to the left side, the wishbone formation again. Brown calling the signals from the 39, and the give is to Gallagher. Cracks over right guard, gets to about the 43, and the tackle is made right there. He was hit first by Mike McGurr of Walnut, California.
And it's amazing to see a duplication of what North Carolina did last week, and that is jam up the middle and dare the Irish to run. Let them pass if they want to, but make it, and that's what Notre Dame has been trying to do against a 7-man front and an 8-man front, which has been stunning repeatedly.
Brown waiting for it. He's got his second down. Brown on to give to Parker. Parker is at the 50. Parker's on his feet. He's still going at the 45-yard line before he's brought down. And Artemis Parker is the man who made the tackle. He's from Sacramento, California. And the ball is on the 45-yard line of Southern California. That's 8 first down. And Parker's coming out, getting a nice hand as he does. We'll mark that ball on the 45-yard line of Southern California. The clock shows 8 minutes, 25 seconds of playing time remaining in the first half. Waiting for it now is Brown, and Brown on the keeper pitches it back to Darrell Dewan, who turns the corner and is bumped out of bounds around the 43 by Bob Erickson, the linebacker from Fresno, California, 6'2", 210, 21-year-old senior. And so mark the ball on the 43-yard line of Southern California. A gain on the play of a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Townsend is split out to the right side. Since the opening plays, Gatewood has not been in there. Huff with the ball to the 40, right up the middle. He got a couple of yards and brought down on the 40-yard line, and making the tackle, number 74, Mike McGurr, 6'5", and Bob Erickson. And these two boys, Erickson is from Fresno, and McGurr is from Walnut, California. And Parker's back in again. The ball is on the 40. It's 3rd down, and about 5 yards to go. The series originating on the 45-yard line of Southern California. So it's the obvious pass situation, but let's see if Brown puts it in the air. They had the full wishbone. Townsend flanked out to the left as the only flanker, and Brown is giving it off to Parker. Parker cuts and slips to the 40-yard line. And Thomas made the tackle. He tried to make his cut, but slipped and went down on the 40, so it'll be 4th down and 5 to go now for Notre Dame. And let's see what the Irish are going to do. I don't believe they're going to kick it. I believe they're going to go with it, Bill, with a 4th and 5 situation.
Parker was just a step away as Brown sent everybody to the left side to the open field and brought him back to the closed side, and he was just stopped by a fine defensive play by Thomas.
4th down and 5 yards to go. Notre Dame will go for it, and Brown is back to throw. Throws a sideline one to Creaney, and he's out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. He caught it, but out of bounds. Thomas was over to cover, and so that means that they will take over. Southern California will take over on their own 40-yard line with a 1st down and 10 to go. 6 minutes and 57 seconds of playing time remaining here in the first half of this ball game, and Southern California leading by a score of 28-7. They send Garrison, who's had quite a day out here. Here is the give to the running back, Harris, and Harris off left tackle is at the 45. He's at the 50. He's in the Notre Dame territory. He is finally chased out of bounds. They're going to mark it out of bounds on about the 48-yard line, and Mike Crotty is the man who ran him out of bounds on the 48-yard line. And that is a 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. 6 first downs for the Trojans. And they send Garrison out wide to the right. Swan is deployed to the left. They're in the I formation. Waiting for it is Ray, and Ray on a give to that big running back Cunningham at the 40s down to the 39. And Crotty made the tackle, but I want to tell you they're opening up some holes over there, Bill.
The Irish defense, which had been tested repeatedly this year and found not wanting, is finding a big challenge here this afternoon as Cunningham and Harris are bombing right up the middle behind some outstanding blocking by John Vella.
Ball on the 39-yard line. It's 2nd down and about a yard to go. Waiting for it is Ray, the quarterback. He's in the I formation, and Ray on a give to that big fullback again. And he cracks over right guard, Cunningham, and he got a yard. That's about all he needed. And he might have picked up that yard. They might get the chain in here for a measurement. In there to make the tackle for Notre Dame was Mike Kadish, but they'll bring the chain in. So mark the ball on the 38-yard line. It's 1st down. 1st and 10 to go, and that's 7 first downs now for the Southern California Trojans. They have it on the Notre Dame 38-yard line, and they have it 1st and 10 with 6 minutes and 7 seconds of playing time remaining. 2 flankers. Holland is back in there, and here is Ray rolling out the right, looking for a pass receiver. He fumbles the ball, and Notre Dame covers the football down on the 41, and Notre Dame loses it again. And let's see who got it. Back here on the 39-yard line, and I believe, we got some trouble out here. Few fisticuffs out there, and both benches have emptied. Both benches have emptied, and feelings really run high out here. Feelings are really running high. And they got just about everybody from both benches out there. And we're getting action aplenty, and I couldn't give you the blow-by-blow of any particular fight because they're going in all directions out here right now. Both benches emptied. And now they got to straighten them out. Ray was hit. He fumbled the ball. And Notre Dame recovered the ball, and the ball squirted out again. But I believe the whistle had blown where it was originally covered. Now they're getting the gendarmes out here, the Indiana State Police. The boys will be boys. Don't worry about it. I want to tell you, there's a timeout on the field with the score, Southern California 28, Notre Dame 7. The Irish are asking for quiet so they can hear the signals. They've got great field position now and a chance to come back. They're trailing 21. Brown is rolling out to the right. Look out behind. He throws. Dropped by Gallagher. I want to tell you they've dropped 3 passes on this youngster today. Right in the hands. He has hit his receivers, and they just can't hold him. So you can't fault the sophomore Cliff Brown, Bill.
Cliff Brown, who last week had difficulty in his first starting role in hitting his receivers, has been doing an exceptionally fine job this afternoon. Pass to Gallagher, which was dropped. So Cliff Brown is doing a fine job through the air here today.
Double wing formation with two flankers waiting for it now is Brown. 2nd and 10 from the 35. And here's a pitch back on a reverse to Gallagher. Gallagher's at the 35, the 30, and there was a clip on the play. An obvious clip on the play. So Notre Dame will lose 15 yards on the clip. Southern California leading by a score of 28-7 with 5 minutes and 18 seconds to play in the first half. And here's a 15-yard walk-off for clipping against Notre Dame.
Yeah, we've seen that many times. At that time, Frank Pomerico was coming around to throw a block on the reverse. The Southern California player turned just as Pomerico threw his body, and therefore the flag down and a penalty of 15 yards. Pomerico, who is an outstanding sophomore lineman. Attendant Larry DiNardo, the All-American guard at Notre Dame School, back east. Pomerico from Howard Beach in New York, and he leads the Irish back to the line of scrimmage as Novikov is back in.
Willie Townsend is the only flanker out wide to the right. The ball is way back on the 48, 2nd down. About 25, Brown throws a screen pass to Huff. Huff at the 45, and Huff is picked up from behind. Caught from behind there by Erickson, number 88, who tripped him up. They had the screen set up beautifully. He almost got away with it down to the 41-yard line. That penalty was the second against Notre Dame, a total of 30 yards, assessed against the Irish. Parker's back in. The ball is on the 41-yard line. It's 3rd down. And 16 yards to go, and Gatewood came out onto the field, and now he's being called back by Coach Porzingis. They're in the double wing formation again, with Huff, the one setback. In the slot is Parker to the left, and Brown is going back to throw. Brown looks, goes one deep to Townsend, and it is incomplete. Incomplete. Two men were down covering, and when that ball bounced around in the air, Parker, who was trailing the play, almost caught the ball, and Parker of Southern California almost intercepted it. The weather barometer says that we may not be flying. Woody Cochet is our pilot finally, and he's on his way, I hope, but I don't know how we're going to get out of here. Doherty is back in kick formation. He's standing back on the 45-yard line. Gets the snap from center, gets his kick away, booms it high, angles it for the sideline, and the ball goes out of bounds on the 1-yard line, would you believe? The 1-yard line.
Another punt by Brian Doherty, 6'2", 180-pounder, a sophomore from Portland, Oregon. A 40-yard coffin corner kick, which could not hardly have been closer. They're spotting it at the 1.5-yard line.
First down at 10 to go for Southern California. And back in there at quarterback is Jimmy Jones. Garrison and Swan are flanked out. Jones on the keeper right up the middle. Brings it out to the 6-yard line. In there making the tackle was Mike Crotty in the secondary. He got it back to the 6-yard line. He gained 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6 yards to go now for Southern California. Clock moving. 4 minutes and 10 seconds of playing time remaining. Southern California 28, Notre Dame 7. And back in there is Jimmy Jones, and Patolsky moved across the line. We'll wait and see if Southern California drew him offside. The flags went down.
That was John Villa, Ben.
And we'll just have to wait and see who the penalty will be against. I believe it's going to be walked off against Notre Dame for illegal procedure. Illegal procedure against Southern California, the official says, so they drew Patolsky off. That's the second penalty, only 7.5 yards against Southern California. Now Swan is deployed to the right side, split out to the left side. Here's Garrison. And here is that front four, swarming in on top of the quarterback, Jimmy Jones, on the 4-yard line, and no place for him to go. Patolsky, Kadish, Marks, and Swenson all went in there.
John Vella, as Jones was calling signals, made a little hitch in his stance, and that is why Big Walt Patolsky came across, belted him pretty good, and the illegal motion penalty was assessed against Southern California.
3rd down, about 8 yards to go. Two wide receivers. Waiting for it now is Jones, the quarterback from the 4. Tries the keeper, and that front 4 again, in on top of him. Pull him down on the 5-yard line. Kadish and Marks and Swenson and Patolsky all went storming in there again. And they pulled him down on the 5-yard line, so that will make it 4th down coming up. 4th down and 7 yards to go with 2 minutes and 47 seconds of playing time remaining. What Notre Dame needs now is to get a run back of the kick here as Crotty drops back into single safety as they trail it 28-7. Waiting now for the snapback. Gets the perfect pass in center and gets his kick away, floats it out of there. Crotty slips and falls. And he gets the ball on the 49-yard line. He's at the 45, he's down to the 40, and Crotty just puts his head down and barrels on down to the 38-yard line before he's hauled down. He had no chance to do much running because he slipped and fell. 40 yards on the kick under great pressure, and a fine kick on the part of Boulware of Southern California. First down and 10 to go now for Notre Dame. They have the ball on the Southern California 38-yard line. 2 minutes, 13 seconds of playing time remaining in the first half of the ball game. Out to right is Willie Townsend. Gatewood is back in. He's in the slot to the right side. Cliff Brown is the quarterback. And Brown is going back to throw. He looks downfield. He throws, and this one is caught by Townsend at the 22-yard line. And Parker knocked him out of bounds. Willie Townsend went 5 feet in the air and hauled that one in. Brown had good protection that time from his forward wall. He had time to throw the ball. So Notre Dame has moved the ball now down to the 22-yard line of Southern California. 15 yards gained on the play. The Irish battling, trying to get on that board before the intermission. That's 9 first downs. Gatewood is flanked to the right side. Split to the left is Larry Parker. It's a double wing formation with Andy Huff, the one running back. Waiting for it now is Cliff Brown, and Brown on the draw to Huff. Huff is at the 20. Huff is at the 19. He's tackled by Mike McGurr. As he reaches the 19-yard line, he got 3 yards on the play at second down and 7, and the clock is continuing to move. Notre Dame's taking unusually a lot of time in that huddle. The clock is moving on. Minute and 40 seconds to go. They may get him for too much time. They finally break out of it. They send Willie Townsend out wide to the right side. Darrell DeWan to the left side. And waiting for it, the official is poised with that whistle. Brown throws a sideline pass to Townsend. He's dumped on the 22-yard line by Thomas of Southern California, cornerback. And there's a timeout on the field with a score. Southern California 28, Notre Dame 7. And Garrison has been quite a boy out here today. He caught 3 passes. 2 touchdown passes delivered by Southern California. Townsend is flanked to the left side. Gallagher is flanked out to the right in this double wing formation. And Brown is going back to throw. He gets some time, he throws, and this one is intercepted on the 4-yard line. Intercepted on the 4-yard line by Fate. Double check that. Looks like Fate. Number 47, that's right. Fate is the man who intercepted the ball, and he was tackled as he reached the 9-yard line. So now it will be 1st and 10 for Southern California from their own 9. That's the 3rd interception today, Bill Upton. High formation with 2 flankers. Quarterback Jimmy Jones. And Jones on the give now to his running back Harris, who's dumped on the 9. And making the tackle in there in the Zerka. Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System. On the tackle.
Man, it's certainly nice to see such a great crowd in this kind of weather here in Notre Dame. It's always wonderful to be here. And thank you very much for having me on microphone.
Thank you very much, Abe. Abe Schiller of the Dunes Hotel in Las Vegas. Here's a give now to Cunningham. That dive play over the middle. He gets it up to about the 12 or 13-yard line. The clock showing now only about 36 seconds of playing time remaining, and Southern California and Notre Dame utilizing those timeouts, and Notre Dame calls the timeout this time to stop that clock, hoping to get the football again.
36 seconds remaining in the first half, and almost a duplication of the first half at Los Angeles last year.
Well, it's a real pleasure to have one of the greatest coaches of all time, Coach Frank Leahy, in our booth now, and we'll be talking to the coach in just a moment. Waiting now is the quarterback, Jones, and Jones on a give to Cunningham again off the left side. He's at the 20, comes on up to the 25-yard line with it, and Stepaniak finally made the tackle on him, and it's a first down for Southern California. The clock showing 30 seconds of playing time remaining now. They mark the ball on the 24-yard line. First down and 10 to go. And Southern California asked for the timeout that time. We have 8 first downs racked up now by Southern California. Wide to the right. Split out is Garrison, who's had himself quite a day. He's been being covered now by 2 men. They got 2 men, 2-on-1 here on this split end. And here's the quarterback, Jones, going back to throw. He gets all day, and he throws it. It's caught at the 40-yard line. Caught out there by Swan, and Swan is dumped on the 42-yard line by Stepaniak. And now Notre Dame asked for a timeout with 20 seconds playing time remaining. One thing about it, the quarterback, Jimmy Jones, is trying to get just as many points on that board as he can get. Ball on the 43-yard line now, where it's first down and 10 to go on the Southern California 43-yard line. So it would be surprising to see him put it in the air again with only 12 seconds of playing time remaining. Out wide to the right is Garrison. Swan is split out to the left side in the I formation as Jones calls the signals for Southern California. He gives it to Cunningham, running off left tackle. Greg Marks gets him around the ankles and brings him down on the 49. And there is the gun, the end of the first half of the score. Southern California 28, Notre Dame 7.
So now, as Notre Dame takes the field, we're about ready for the second half. And once again, the voice of Notre Dame football, Van Patrick.
Thank you, Bill Etherton, and Hall will kick off for Southern California. Greg Hill and Diminick are standing back on the goal line, and here's the boot. Good high end-over-end kick coming down to the end zone, taken by Hill. He's back to the 5, goes to 10, comes up to 15, comes up to 20, 25, goes to the 30, brings it all the way back up to the 32-yard line before he's finally hauled down by Southern California. And making the tackle for the Trojans was number 87, Kent Carter. So it'll be first down and 10 to go now for Notre Dame from their own 32-yard line. Nice to have Ed Rogers, the advertising manager of the Ford Motor Company, in our booth, and I know that Mr. John Norton, the general manager of Ford, who has a son who plays the defensive halfback for Notre Dame, he expected to see the game. I don't imagine he did, Ed, with the weather the way it is. He may be listening. Here's the wishbone, and here's the pitch back now to Gallagher. Turning the corner, going wide. He's at the 34, and he's dropped after a 2-yard gain by Erickson. It's a little difficult to cut out there on that field. It's still very slippery, although the rain has been contained to almost a drizzle here at South Bend. Nevertheless, the field is very slippery. Coming in as John Chiskowski, Andy Huff will come out. We're just getting underway now in the second half of the ball game with Southern California leading by a score of 28-7. Anthony Carter and Erickson backing up the line. Townsend split out to the right side for Notre Dame. The pitch is to Pucker. He throws a pass to Townsend, and it's just out of his reach. It cost him up. The handoff was to Pucker. Townsend was 10 yards back of everybody, Bill.
Cliff Brown is continuing to throw exceptionally well today, and he hung that one just off the fingertips of Townsend, who, had he caught it, had nothing but green grass between him and the final chalk line.
Gatewood is back in and split out to the right side. He hasn't played much in the ball game. Brown is back to throw from a double wing. Gets time. He looks, he throws, and it is batted in the air, incomplete. Townsend was the intended receiver, and 3 Southern California defensive men were right around him. Hall, Bates, Parker, Erickson were all around him.
On that third down play with big yardage, Southern Cal dropping back in a prevent defense, and they had all kinds of white shirts back there, but Cliff Brown drilled it pretty well again. And now the Irish are forced into a punting position, 4th and 9. That's
Captain and Swan are back in the double safety spots for Southern California. Doherty gets his kick away. And it's a short kick coming down on the 34. It's fumbled, and I believe Southern California recovered the ball. Southern California recovered the ball, and it was number 55 there of Southern California. It was Chuck Anthony, a 32-yard kick. And so the ball is on the 32-yard line of Southern California. First down and 10 to go now for the Trojans, who are leading 28-7 with 13 minutes and 50 seconds of playing time remaining in the third quarter. Garrison is flanked out to the right side. Swan is deployed to the left in the I formation. Harris in the top of the I. Cunningham right back at the quarterback. And the quarterback now is Jones, and he gives it to Harris, and Harris off left tackle. He is brought down by Greg Marks, the big 250-pound tackle from Redford, Michigan. And the ball is marked on the 34. It will be a gain of 2 yards on the play, and it's second down and 8 yards to go for Southern California. And checking in now is Bill Holland, and Cunningham is going out. That's at the running back spot for Southern California. Garrison flanked to the right side. Swan to the left side. They've gone almost all day that way. In motion now goes man out wide to the right. Back goes the quarterback. He throws incomplete. This one was intended for Eric or Garrison and incomplete. Ellis was back there to cover. So it's incomplete. That'll bring up a third down and 8 situation now for Southern California. Schlesis is checking into the backfield. They'll probably take out O'Malley. That's what they'll do. A linebacker, get a little more defense in there in the secondary on passes. Wide to the right is Garrison of Compton, California. It's one-on-one. Clarence Ellis nose to nose with him. Back goes the quarterback Jones. He throws. It is caught by the big tight end Young up on the 46-yard line, and they have put more pass rush on Jones on that play than any time today, and he still got it away and hit his tight end for 12 yards.
And Frank Leahy at the halftime, and incidentally that was a fine interview and a visit with a great football coach, had said that the Irish would have to put more pressure. They had not rushed Jones or Ray effectively in the first half of the game at all. And just 2 plays ago, Fred Swinson almost caught him, and that time Mazurka was right down his throat.
First and 10 at 11 first downs. The I formation with 2 flankers, and waiting for it now is Jones, the quarterback. And Jones on to give to that big running back again, Cunningham, and he's dumped at the 50-yard line. Dumped right at the 50-yard line. So he got about 4 on the play. It'll be second down and 6. Mac Brownie and quite a group here from Forestville, Maryland, watching the game today. Cunningham in 10 carries has gained 46 yards. Nice wire in our booth from Dave McIntyre and Ray Albert, fans from Indianapolis. Garrison is flanked out wide to the right. Split to the left is Swan, the I formation. Second down, 6 yards to go. Jones waits. Long cadence count. Takes it, gives it to Cunningham. Cunningham runs into the front four and is stacked up at the 48-yard line. Petrosky leading the defensive charge for Notre Dame. Kadish, Marks, and Swenson. And so they'll mark the ball on the 48-yard line. It will be third down coming up now and just about 4 yards to go. Schlesis comes back in, figuring Southern California to put the ball in the air on this play. Of course, what Southern California would like to do is do as much ball control as they can do, because we're in the last half and it's 28-7 with 12 minutes to go in the third quarter. Nose to nose again, Ellis along with Garrison. That's been a battle out there all day, but Garrison has had himself quite a day. Waiting for it is Jones, the quarterback, the long cadence count again. Swan is deployed out the left, in motion now. Goes running back Harris. Back goes Jones. He slips, but he throws, and it is caught. Caught by Garrison again, and he got that one right in front of Clarence Ellis, and he was tackled on the 36-yard line.
There's the first time we have seen a man in motion used by Southern California this afternoon. It didn't bother or affect the play at all because Garrison went down straight about 5 yards, hooked into the inside, and he was completely clear of Clarence Ellis. And Garrison has shown fine ability here today, Van. He's a fine receiver.
He's been a big difference in this ball game for Southern California. He's caught 4 passes today for 109 yards. Garrison flanked out to the right side. Swan deployed to the left in the I formation. Notre Dame in a 4-4, and here is the quarterback, Jones, back to throw again. He gets all day, and he throws one deep. It is intercepted by Notre Dame. Down on the 3-yard line, it was Ralph Stepaniak. He intercepted the ball. So there's a timeout on the field with a score. Southern California 28, Notre Dame 7. You'll find Ramada Inns at more than 300 locations. Built on 5 to serve you better with luxury for less. Ready to go to work, and here's a handoff now to Andy Huff. Running off left tackle, gets to the 5. So a pickup on the play of about 2 yards. A series of downs originating from the 3 after the interception by Stepaniak. And they move the ball to the 5-yard line. Notre Dame deep in their own territory in operation from their own 5, trailing 28-7 in the third quarter with 10 minutes and 40 seconds of playing time remaining. The wishbone formation. Cliff Brown, the quarterback, running the Notre Dame team. And Brown back in the end zone to pass. He looks, he throws way over the head of Townsend.
There was the first pass then, which I think we could really say was badly overthrown, but there was tremendous pressure from Vela and from Anthony and from Skiles of Southern California on Cliff Brown that time. And when you have that ball on the 5-yard line, you certainly don't have a lot of room in which to maneuver or a lot of time in which to make up your mind. The pass to Townsend, way overthrown.
On the draw play, gives it to Dewan, and he's caught on the 6. Now they'll have to kick with great pressure. McGurr is the man who made the tackle, the left tackle of Southern California. Grant, McGurr, and Pollard and Skiles have been doing a good job up front there for Southern California, and Brian Doherty is in to do the kicking, and Doherty has been having a little trouble with his kicking game today. Southern California dropping 2 men back. Hinton, one of them. Pass back to Doherty, gets his kick away, booms it high this time, and out of there. The fair catch is called for, and then they're going to run with it, so a flag is down. It's hit. Running with the ball. The fair catch was called for by Swan, and then they ran with the ball. 46 yards on that kick under extreme pressure. So now that means that Southern California, instead of having the ball on the 48-yard line, will have a penalty walked off for running with a fair catch. They gave the signal, then ran with the ball. The only difference was Swan signaled it and hit and ran with it. It is Garrison and Swan, the flankers, the I formation. Cunningham is right back to the quarterback, Mike Ray. Over the ball is Brown, the center, waiting for it. Ray on a give to Cunningham on a trap off the left side, and he was hit there by the linebacker, Tolman, and then O'Malley made the tackle secure, but not before he picked up some yardage to the 47-yard line, a gain on the play. 5 yards, Tolman on the tackle. Gain on the play of about 5. Of course, they had a 5-yard walk-off, and the end of that chain is on the 43-yard line over Notre Dame territory, so it'll be second down and about 10.
Mike Zekas has now come in replacing Mike Kadish in a big, important defensive left tackle spot, but he's equally big, about 250.
Wide to the right now, Swan deployed out to the left. Here's Garrison in motion, goes Brown, and back goes Ray to throw. He lets it go, and it is incomplete on the 41-yard line. Incomplete on the 41-yard line, intended for Garrison, and Zekas was putting the pressure on the passer that time, Mike Ray. So they will bring that ball back and place it down on the 43-yard line, 42-yard line, where it'll be third down and 10 yards to go for Southern California. Southern California leading Notre Dame 28-7. We are in the third quarter with 8 minutes and 47 seconds of playing time remaining in the third quarter. And here's the give to the fullback, and he runs into Zekas at the 49-yard line. Big Cunningham, and boy, he's big, I'll tell you. He got it up to the 49-yard line. So that will make it 4th down. Sleaze is coming in. Coming out of there is Ellis. Dropping back is Crotty. And Boulware is in to do the kicking for Southern California. The line of scrimmage is the 49-yard line. It is 4th down. About 7. Here's the kick. Good kick by Boulware. Look at this one. And the ball is bounding around and into the end zone. So there's a timeout with a score, Southern California 28, Notre Dame 7. Dan Patrick along with Bill Etherton from Notre Dame Stadium. It's 1st and 10 from the 20, and Brown is back to throw. He throws one that's batted in the air. That big, tall, defensive left end, 6'5", John Grant just reached up and slapped it down.
And I was going to compliment the punt by Southern California a minute ago, Van. That's one of the outstanding punts we've seen, 51 yards. When he came down, almost had snow on it.
High formation. Here's Brown going back to throw again. He looks, he throws, and this one, oh my, intended for Townsend way over his head, but 4 men were covering Townsend, and that's what you call throwing one into heavy traffic.
Brown has attempted 19. He has completed 6 so far for 64 yards, and there have been 3 key and crucial interceptions.
Now Gatewood is in, so 2 wide receivers, Gatewood and Townsend, and they're sending Darrell Dewan out wide to the left in this double wing formation. The one running back is Andy Huff, and Brown is back to throw, and he throws this one out here in the sidelines, incomplete, and 2 men were on Gatewood, and Parker almost intercepted that one. Now, one thing about Brown is, Bill, when he makes up his mind he's going to throw to a receiver, he throws to that receiver. It doesn't make any difference how many men are covering. And that's getting him in a little trouble out here today.
Down on the near side, Darrell Dewan had gone down, and he was wide open up around the Notre Dame 40-yard line. But as Van mentioned, Brown was determined to go to the far side in the Gatewood, and he almost hung it up there. And
back in kick formation now is Doherty with a 4th down and 10. He gets his kick away and booms this one deep. Fair catch is called for. And Hinton takes it to stop right on the 31. There's a timeout with a score, Southern California 28, Notre Dame 7.
Edward Poole and Company. This is WQBK. Rensselaer at 1300.
31, 1st and 10. Harrison motion to the left, double wing formation. Cunningham with the ball. Cunningham breaks 2 tackles and goes on up to about the 38, and there's a flag on the play. Tackle was made by Tolman. And they did move up to about the 38, 39-yard line, but a flag on the play. Tackling of the face mask, and that will hurt Notre Dame. Ball on the 39-yard line. The officials discussing it with Southern California. The Trojans are leading 28-7 with 7.5 minutes, 15 yards against Notre Dame.
Well, I have
the ball to 47, Bill.
Excuse me, I have 2 other quick scores. Ohio State 17, Wisconsin nothing. At the end of 3, Alabama 26, Houston 14.
Chris Vela is in there replacing Young at the tight end for Southern California. Flanked out wide to the right side now is Garrison. Swan is split to the left. 13 first down, 3rd penalty, 35 yards. In motion goes Harris. Here's Jones on the give to Cunningham. Cunningham runs into Mazurka and O'Malley as he reaches the 49-yard line. So now it'll be 2nd down coming up for the Southern California Trojans with the ball on the 49-yard line of Notre Dame. Now Vela goes out and Young is in. That's a change. Wide to the right side comes number 22, the flanker back Swan, who's from Foster City, California. To the left side goes Garrison, and waiting for it now in the I formation is the quarterback Jimmy Jones, and Jones is going back to pass, stays in the pocket, throws one deep, and Alice makes the reach for it, can't get it. Intended out there for Garrison. That was a 50-yard pass in the air.
Walter Potolsky, the giant defensive left end of Notre Dame, has been having quite a battle all afternoon with John Vela, the offensive tackle on the right side for Southern California. And that time he had a clean shot as he came in, as he threw Vela aside. But there again, a factor of the field, because he slipped and fell just as he was coming in on the Southern California quarterback.
High formation, 2 flankers. Now they flood the zone to the right side, getting 2 flankers on the right, and back goes Jones. He's getting time. He throws, and this one is incomplete on the 35-yard line. Put out of bounds by Swan over there, and Ellis bumped him out of bounds. They flooded the zone to the right and then went to the left with a pass. Brings it back to the 49-yard line. O'Malley comes back in. It's 4th down. And so the kicker, Boulware, is in there for Southern California. No scoring here in this 3rd quarter. After that explosive 1st quarter, we had a wild one. Southern California 28, Notre Dame 7 to score. 6.5 minutes of playing time remaining in the 3rd quarter. Gets the pass from center, gets his kick away, and a flag is down. It'll be roughing the kicker. and the ball goes out of bounds. Number 47, Mazurka, went in there trying to block the kick, and he ran, almost blocked into the kicker, Woolware. It was a 43-yard kick, but it'll be a penalty assessed against Notre Dame for roughing the kicker.
Well, if you come in and you're forcing and trying to block the punch, you better be sure that you get a piece of the ball, because if you don't, that mic goes down right now, and there is the penalty being walked off. Personal foul against Notre Dame, roughing the kicker.
Wide to the right side goes Swan. Split out to the left side now is Garrison. I formation. Cunningham and Harris right back to the quarterback, Jones. And they moved in the backfield, so there's no flag. And here's a handoff now back to Jones. And a flag is down. It'll be clipped. Petrosky was clipped. He was clipped out there by Swan. And the play was finally ended on the pitch out there to Harris on about the 38, but it'll be a clipping penalty against him. Now the two backs moved in the backfield and no flag was thrown.
Lou Harris took a full step toward the line of scrimmage before that snap and then hustled back into position. And we looked for a flag, then came down, but as Petrosky came forcing on the play from his defensive left-hand position, he was fouled and he was clipped, and there is the 15-yard walk-off. So in the past couple of minutes, the two teams have exchanged personal fouls.
Waiting for it now is the quarterback, Mike Ray, who has just gone in. He's going back to throw, stays in that pocket and throws a sideline pattern. It's completed at the 40-yard line to Garrison. And what a day he's having.
I want to tell you something about Mr. Garrison. He is a 6'1", 180-pound, 20-year-old junior who has a lifetime best in the quarter mile of 45.4. And that, my friend, is really moving along. Now, Garrison, listen to this, did not play high school football. He is one of the Trojans' best deep threats, as he has shown repeatedly today, and he has 9.5 speed in the 100.
127 yards for Garrison today. And here is Ray back to throw. He dumps it out there incomplete. Flag down. He threw that one out in the left flat, and a flag was down, so it will be holding against Southern California. 6 minutes, 9 seconds. Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System. As we play in the third quarter with 6 minutes, 9 seconds to go. The ball is back on the 43-yard line. It is second down and 34 yards to go for Southern California. They flood the zone to the right, and they've got Mike Morgan in there now as a flanker and split out to the right side. Along with Garrison, and back goes the quarterback. Ray stays in that pocket, rolls out. Petrosky makes a grab. He's being chased by Zekas. He's at the 45, cuts in, fumbles the ball. Notre Dame has the football on the 46-yard line. McGricker is the man who recovered it for Notre Dame. The Fighting Irish have the football on their own 46-yard line, and they have it first down and 10 to go from that point. Mike Ray skirting right, running wide to the right side, and fumbled the football, and Mazurka recovered it. So now it is first down and 10 to go for the Irish from their own 46. Spear and Humber to the tackle. Willie Townsend is the split end. He's out the right side. Creaney's the tight end. The wishbone formation. Cliff Brown is the quarterback, and Brown is going back to throw. He stays in the pocket. He looks. He throws one a mile. It's caught by Creaney. Not on the 15-yard line. Creaney turns, heads for the goal line. He goes to the 12. He's brought down by Thomas on the 12.
That time, Cliff Brown, with tremendous protection that he has had all afternoon, we put the clock on him. He had 4.5 seconds in which to throw that football. 4.5 seconds, which is almost triple what any good quarterback sees, and that pass play was good for 42 yards. And I wanted to mention a moment ago that Mike Ray did not want to run out of the pocket, but Walt Petrosky forced him out and subsequently forced that fumble. The Irish, first and 10, Southern Cal 12-yard line.
Ball on the 12-yard line at first and 10, and Brown is rolling to the right, pitches it back to Parker. Parker spinning into the 10, cuts in at the 9, and is dropped on the 9-yard line by Anthony, the linebacker of Southern California. 5 minutes and 20 seconds of playing time remaining. The Trojans lead Notre Dame 28-7. And Notre Dame with the ball on the 9-yard line. Andy Huff comes in at fullback. Andy Huff is in there replacing John Chiskowski. The full wishbone in that backfield. Brown is waiting for it, and Brown is giving it off now to his running back out there, Parker. He's at the 5. He's knocked down on the 4-yard line by Parker. Anthony and Parker of Southern California tackle Larry Parker of Notre Dame.
The young man who went to the same school as All-American guard Larry DiNardo, Frank Pomerico, was leading that play. 6'1", 238, the sophomore from Howard Beach in New York, and he just wiped people out. as he led the play down to the Southern California 4-yard line. Beautiful blocking by Frank Pomerico, a sophomore.
Darryl Dewan has gone in now with John Chiskowski. That backfield, and the quarterback is Brown. It's on the 4, and the give is to Chiskowski. He gives it to Chiskowski. It's a touchdown for Notre Dame. Running off left guard, John Chiskowski.
Creaney came up with a magnificent block going on the opposite side that time as he led the play to contribute immeasurably to that fine run by Chiskowski.
46 yards in 4 plays. Thomas's kick is up and good. So the clock is stopped on the field with a score: Southern California 28, Notre Dame 14. 2 men more deep along with Hinton. Notre Dame will kick off to Southern California. Smith will kick, and the kick high, end over end, soccer style kick. It's taken out there by Moore at the 5. He's back to the 10, goes to the 15. He is belted as he reaches the 22-yard line. So it'll be first down and 10 to go now for Southern California. They have the ball on the 22-yard line. This stadium is a bedlam now. Canadians and wrestling. 17 yards on that run back by Moore. First down and 10 to go for Southern California from their own 22-yard line. They lead 28 to 14. They have a 14-point lead over the Fighting Irish with 3 minutes and 59 seconds of playing time remaining. And wide to the right side now is Morgan, Mike Morgan. Flank wide to the right. And they split Garrison out wide to the left side. The quarterback is Jimmy Jones. Cunningham right behind him. He sends Harris in motion to the left. And he gives it off to Cunningham. And Cunningham is hit as he reaches the 26, goes on to the 27-yard line. And he was tackled in there by Tolman, number 38 of Notre Dame. Ball is marked on the 27, a gain on the play of 5. It'll be second down and 5. It's been difficult to contain this big running back. Boy, I want to tell you, he has carried that ball today. Going into this game, he'd averaged 5 yards a carry. And today in 16 carries, he's gained 76 yards. Waiting for it now is the quarterback, Jones, again. He sends Harris in motion. Now it is Jones giving to Cunningham, and he is belted at the 29-yard line and brought down on the 29.
Let's say something about Sam Cunningham, who has advanced soldier repeatedly, has been one of the great stars in this game today. 6'3", 212, 20 years old, a junior. John McKay says he thinks that this young man will be one of the great college football runners before his graduation. Cunningham was the Trojans' second leading rusher last year, hitting 488 net yards and scoring 5 touchdowns.
Garrison is flanked out to the right side. Split to the left side is Mike Morgan. I formation, and here's the give to Cunningham, and he dives over the middle, gets to the 31. And he got very, very close to a first down, and it's important because it would be a 4th down coming up. And they may get the chain in here for a measurement, Bill Etherton.
The chain gang getting a little exercise from the far side of the field as out they come. This it would look very close, although some of the Trojan players are waving that it is a first down. Walt Patulski standing there with a young man who has put on quite a show today, Jimmy Jones, a senior quarterback for the Trojans, and there it is. The signal, first down, Southern California. 28-14, Southern Cal, 2:20 remaining, 3rd period.
Ball on the 31, a first down. Waiting for it now is the quarterback, Jones. He gives it off to Harris. Harris to the 35, hit to the front 4. The ball squirted out of his hands, but the whistle is blown. He was hit in there by number 45, Eric Patton. And in the bottom of the pile is Patulski and Big Mike Kadish, and they'll mark the ball on the 35-yard line.
As we watch here, it's very interesting on every play as Garrison and Ellis continue their duel. Now, Southern California has hit the middle of the line in the rapid series lately. Let's see if they go to Garrison again soon.
On the 35-yard line, second down. Here's the quarterback. Patulski hit him just as he delivered the ball, but he was caught by the tight end, Charlie Young. I want to tell you, Patulski flew through the air and hit him just as he got rid of the ball, and he still completed.
Unbelievable and incredible as the receivers cannot drop the ball, and Jimmy Jones of Southern California with unerring accuracy here this afternoon. That was a 24-yard pass. Down on the near side, Garrison was completely covered by Ellis that time, and Jones took a quick glance in that direction, then turned around and threw to the far side the young Mr. Young, who put on quite a catch.
Garrison wide to the right side, a first down on the Notre Dame 41-yard line for Southern California. Here's Harris. He is hit at the 39 and brought down by the right side of that Notre Dame line. In there, number 81, O'Malley from his linebacker spot, 75, Greg Marks. They mark it on the 40, 1-yard gain, second down and 9 to go. 1 minute, 10 seconds to play. Third quarter, 28-14, the Trojans of Southern California. Wide to the right side is Garrison, who's had quite a day. I formation, and the line moved, and Zekas went flying across there. The Notre Dame defensive line went charging across, but an offensive lineman moved on the Southern California side of the line, so it'll be a walk-off against Southern California. Well, the down remains the same whether you walk it off or not. Oh, now then we understand. It's offsetting penalties. That isn't what he gave, though, at the beginning. Now he says offsetting. That's the reason, so no play. Wide to the right side is Young going to the left side. Wide to the right side is Garrison. Back is this quarterback Jones. He flips it in the air again, puts it up for grabs. It's intercepted by Notre Dame. Stepaniak intercepted the ball. Well, I guess you can just put it in the air just so many times in a wild, blind way, and that's exactly what Jones did, and it's picked off.
Swan and Garrison were the two receivers down at the Notre Dame 20, 15-yard line.
Double wing formation, waiting for it now is Brown. That's the second interception for Notre Dame today. And to give this to Huff. Huff cracks over the left guard position to the 21-yard line, getting 3. Clock running, 25 seconds. Weber is the man who made the tackle for Southern California. The ball on the 21-yard line. The Trojans lead them by 14. It's 28-14. Clock moving, 17 seconds. Parker comes in, replacing Darrell Dewan in the Notre Dame backfield. 7 seconds to go. Parker split out the left side. Double wing formation. 2 seconds, 1 second. Brown is going back to play. Look, he's in a little trouble out there. He looks, he's in trouble. He's stopped on the 19-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. And the clock runs out. That's the end of the third quarter with a score. Southern California 28, Notre Dame 14.
28-14, Southern California still leads.
Don't say that. Woody Cochet, the pilot's on his way to pick us up. Don't scare him off, will you? Now, back goes Brown to throw. He's in a little trouble. He runs out of it. He looks, he throws one deep to Creedy, and it is batted down by Southern California's Thomas. He threw it to Creedy, but it was batted down. So that'll bring the ball back here to the 20-yard line. Again, it'll be 4th down, and Notre Dame will have to surrender the football. 4th and 8 from the 20. And now Hinton is going back here, along with Swan in the double safety spot for Southern California, and Brian Doherty is in to do the kicking for Notre Dame. Back in kick formation, standing on about the 6. Gets his kick out of there, and it's a good one, coming upfield to the 38. It is taken right there, and the tackle is made on Swan immediately by Larry Parker, who made a fine play on the 37-yard line, a 41-yard kick.
Well, there's one of the outstanding defensive gems of the day, as Larry Parker came like a shot out of a cannon down the field from his wide position. As the receiver, Swan gathered the ball, Parker hit him and nailed him immediately, dropping him in his tracks, and just beautiful, sure, deft tackling by Parker that time.
Swan to the left side, Garrison to the right side. I formation. Quarterback is Ray. Ray on the give to Cunningham, and he blasts right over right tackle, gets yardage, comes all the way up to the 43-yard line with it, getting 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4 yards to go. O'Malley on the tackle for Notre Dame. Now going out of there is Young. He'll be replaced by Vela. That's the tight end spot. Vela's from Fresno, from Van Nuys, California, and Young's from Fresno. Cunningham in 19 carries today has picked up 86 yards.
For a shot putter, that isn't bad.
Not bad. He's a good swan diver, too, the way he's been going over that line. 2 flankers, I formation. Waiting for it is Mike Ray, who's in there at quarterback for Southern California. Long count. Pitches it back to Harris. Harris is being chased and is hauled down by Kadish. Mike Kadish brought him down. Back on the 39-yard line, he made a dive for him and got him. Cunningham trying to sweep the right side. Harris, but Cunningham was hurt on the play. He was trying to block a man downfield and went out injured. Holland has replaced him. Ball on the 39-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 8 yards to go. The series originated on the Southern California 37. Garrison to the left side, the split in. I formation. Waiting for it. Quarterback, Mike Ray. Ray back to throw. Gets in time. Stays in the pocket. He looks. He's being chased by Petrosky. Breaks the tackle of Petrosky. He's at the 45, 50, 45, and out of bounds. Would you believe Petrosky had him back there and just couldn't hold him?
Van Wilder slipped as he made a move to grab him, and there again, the field conditions puts us equal on both sides, but when the receiver or the offensive back knows where you're going, where they are going, it's a little tough for the defensive man to change direction, which is what Petrosky tried to do that time. Cunningham is still standing over there, still shaken up a little bit from that play a moment ago. Not seriously injured, but still shaken up and sitting on the bench and resting a little bit. He's done a remarkable job today anyway.
Michigan beat Minnesota 35-7. I formation, two flankers. Waiting for it is the quarterback, and he gives it off now to Wooten, the fullback, and Holland it is, and he runs off right guard, gets down about the 38. They got their 17th first down on the 43-yard line on that run by the quarterback. And now coming back in is Charlie Young, and Vela is going out. That's a change at the tight end for Southern California. Ball is on the 37-yard line. It's second down and 5 yards to go for the Trojans. They're deep now in Notre Dame territory. They're leading 28-14, and the clock all this time is moving. 12:45 to go. I formation, two flankers. Waiting for it is Ray. Ray rolling out the right on the option, and he is hit as he reaches the 33-yard line. Hit first by Quatty, coming up from the secondary. Mazurka on the tackle, and so the ball will be spotted on the 33-yard line, and that's going to be very close for a first down. It's third and about 1 to go for Southern California. 3rd and 1. Coming back in is Chris Vela, going out as Young, a change at tight end for Southern California.
Tucked it under him as he fell, but he's sitting on the far side. They're working on his left shoulder.
I formation, waiting for it now is the quarterback, Mike Ray. Ray, the keeper, he got crossed up in the backfield. That was a broken play, and they dropped him on the 35-yard line. In there, Mazurka along with Tolman and Patulski and number 72, Kadish. 11 minutes and 40 seconds of playing time remaining. It is 4th down, 3 yards to go. And the kicker is in.
Well, the Irish are going to get the football right away. 11 minutes and 29 seconds remaining to play in the game. 28-14, Southern California.
Nowhere back in kick formation, gets his kick away. Low, angling for the sidelines, and finally is knocked out of bounds, and finally it went across the goal line before it went out of bounds. So there's a timeout on the field with a score, Southern California 28, Notre Dame 14. All ready to go. Notre Dame's ball, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. And here is the quarterback, Brown, back to throw. The rush is on. He throws the screen out here to Diminick. He's at the 25. He is at the 28 and tackled on the 28-yard line. He got 8 yards. Hall made the tackle for Southern California. Number 83, Hall, and the ball will be spotted on the 28-yard line. A gain on the play of 8 yards. A screen pass out in the right flat. 10 minutes and 55 seconds to play in the ball game. Southern California leading Notre Dame 28-14. Illinois. Is that right? Illinois 21, Purdue 7 the final. Wide to the right side now is Townsend. Waiting for it is the quarterback, Brown, and Brown is rolling out to left, looking for a receiver. Throws that screen out here to Parker, and Parker's in trouble at the 25 and hauled down. And followed is the man who made the tackle.
And Mike McGurr was again the man on Southern California's line, forcing on the play. He has done truly an outstanding job today. McGurr is a junior. He's 6'5", 282 pounds. A fellow with great mobility for a big man. He sort of reminds you of Greg Marks at Notre Dame. They are built very much alike, and they are both extremely agile and very quick, and he was the man who was the key to that play defensively for Southern California.
Gallagher's wide to the left, Townsend wide to the right, a big 3rd down. Here's a draw play to Parker, and Parker is hauled down as he reaches the 28-yard line. Well, let's see now. The end of that chain's at the 30, and they may go for it, trailing 28-14 with 9.5 minutes to play. Brown is looking at Air Farsigan, and they're going to go for it.
And they have to. They're down 14. They've got to come back. They were down 21 points at halftime. Darrell Dewan comes in with obviously a catch.
Well, they line him up in a straight T formation with one flanker, Townsend out to the left. The give is to the fullback, Huff. Huff is at the 39-yard line in the clear, and he fell down on the momentum. So it's a first down for Notre Dame on their own 39. Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
An independent agent providing Royal Globe Insurance in this area is J. Edward Poole and Company. This is WQBK, Rensselaer at 1300.
Van Patrick along with Bill Etherton from South Bend. That's the 11th first down. It's on the 39 of Notre Dame. The wishbone with one flanker. The pitch back to Parker following his blockers at the 45. Comes on up to the 46-yard line with it. And he's upended right there. Abadakis is the man who made the tackle for Southern California.
And there was an incongruity a moment ago. Usually on a 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, a tight money play like that, you will find only about that much gain. But Andy Huff came through a gaping breach. And the Southern California line, engineered by Condrick and by Dampier, two outstanding Notre Dame offensive linemen who simply shot out of there and blasted everybody in between.
Ohio State 31, Wisconsin 6. That's the final. Brown back to throw. One step, throws over the middle. It's batted down by a lineman, almost intercepted. That was Hall who almost intercepted the ball. Brown throwing a little low for those tall ones.
Here's an upset today. Final score, Georgia Tech 24, Tulane 16. Final, Ohio State 31, Wisconsin 6. End of 3 periods. Here's something of a surprise. Nebraska leads Oklahoma State by only 13-0.
Townsend out wide to left. This T formation. Waiting for it is Brown. He's got a 3rd and 4. A big play again. It's Huff. He's to the 49-yard line. He may have a first down. Huff running right up the middle. Tackle was made in there by Erickson. It's a first down for Notre Dame, I believe, although they have, how they call it. Are they going to bring the chain out? No. They're going to rule it a first down on the 49-yard line. Still in Notre Dame territory, first down and 10. But the time is a big factor right now. 7 minutes, 50 seconds exactly to play in this ball game at South Bend, Indiana. And Townsend is out wide to left. They're in the wishbone formation. Waiting for it is the quarterback, Cliff Brown, the sophomore, and the pitch back to Gallagher. Gallagher's going to throw the football left-handed, throws it to Townsend, incomplete, and the defensive man fell down. He overthrew him, but the defensive man fell down. There was no chance to defend. Parker fell down.
Halfback option pass. Here's some scores. 3rd period, Oklahoma 54, Kansas State 21. 1st period, Colorado 10, Missouri nothing. And again, we'll repeat, Illinois upset Purdue 21-7.
Gatewood is back in there and on the right side. Brown is back to throw. He throws. It's incomplete to Townsend at the 40-yard line. It is now 3rd down and 10 yards to go from the 49-yard line of Notre Dame. The Fighting Irish with the ball, trailing 14 points with 7.5 minutes to go in this ball game. Very overcast, very dark here now at South Bend. Here's Brown going back to throw again. Stays in that pocket. He throws, and it is incomplete, knocked right out of the hands of Townsend by Thomas.
And Thomas was about ready to go some 50 yards for another 6 points for Southern California. Then he had a chance at that clothesline again, with which Southern California had scored earlier, and it was Dyer who had picked it off in the first period of our game today. That time Thomas almost had it because it was right in his hands.
Swan is back there with Hinton in the double safety spot. Doherty is the kicker, and he boots it high. Fair catch is called for on the 10. So there's a timeout on the field with a score, Southern California 28, Notre Dame 14. Wondering about Al Wester today, but his wife is recovering from a very serious operation in New Orleans, and that's why he is not with us on the broadcast. Here's the give now to Cunningham, and he blasts through that left guard, brings it up to about the 14-yard line, getting 4 on the play. And so 7 minutes, 5 seconds to go with the ball on the 14-yard line. It'll be 2nd down. 6 yards to go for Southern California, who'd like to play ball control now with a 28-14. Cunningham in 20 carries today has gained 90 yards. And here's the give from Jones to that fullback again, trying the middle. He gets just about a yard to the 16, Cunningham, and he's all down. Nebraska 34, Oklahoma State nothing in the 4th quarter.
14-14. It was 21-21 in 1968. Hardly anyone had prophesied a 4 touchdowns to 2 battle here because of the great defensive strengths of each team. But here we are.
Morgan is in there replacing Garrison. And the quarterback, Jones on the keeper, rolling out the right, is dumped on the 16-yard line by Walt Patulski. 4th down coming up now and 5 yards to go, but the clock moving with 5:55 to go. 5:55 to go, that's it. Crotty will drop back in the safety spot. Bullware's in to do the kicking for Southern California. Clock is continuing to move, and it's important. 5:40 to go. Southern California on the verge of a big upset here at South Bend, Indiana today, 28-14. Bullware is back there. And it's a high spiral coming down to Crotty on the 44-yard line. Crotty is hit right at the 44 and is going to be knocked down. 40-yard kick on the part of Bullware. Good high spiral and no chance for a run back.
Automatically, you have renewed protection. Wake up to English Leather Plus.
Brown back to throw, hits Creaney over the middle at the 40-yard line. He's tackled immediately by Faith. First down, Notre Dame on the 40-yard line of Southern California. Brown went back, got good protection, hit Creaney right over the middle. 1st and 10 to go. Notre Dame back in the huddle again. 16 yards gained on that play. They break out of it quickly. They send Gallagher out wide to the right side. That's a 13th first down. Townsend is deployed to the left in a double wing formation. In the slot is Darrell Dewan, and back goes Brown, rolling out the right, being chased. He's going to have to run with the ball. He's down to the 40, he's down to the 35, he's down to the 30, and brought down on the 29-yard line. It'll be another first down, or very close to it. Thomas made the tackle.
It's a fine ad-lib performance by Cliff Brown as he was forced out of the pocket. Pounded by Southern California's Thomas and by Murtarian, and yet he came up, looked downfield, saw his receivers covered, took the ball, put it under his arm, and ran it down to the Southern California 29-yard line. Fine run by Cliff Brown.
First and 10. Waiting for it now in a pro set with two receivers on the left side is Brown on the draw to Huff. Huff is down to the 25-yard line. He got 4 on the play, and he was brought down by Anthony, the middle backer. And the clock is moving. 4.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Darrell Dewan coming into the backfield. 28-14 the score. Southern California leading. Ball on the 25-yard line. Parker is out. And Gallagher and Dewan are in there along with Andy Huff, and the quarterback is Brown. Brown is going back to throw again. He looks downfield. He throws. It's completed out there to Queenie. And Queenie is down to the 10. And Queenie is all the way down to the 7-yard line. And Fate brings him down on the 7. It's first down and goal to go for Notre Dame on the 7-yard line of Southern California. And the Irish battling not only the Trojans but the clock with 4 minutes and 2 seconds of playing time remaining. And they got to move it in a hurry now to try to get back in this ball game. They come out of it over the ball as Novikov with Kondrick and Pomerico and Dampier and Humbert. They send Townsend out wide to the right side. They're in a T formation. Queenie is on the left side. And there's a Notre Dame lineman moving on the left side.
Queenie just a little bit ahead of the signal call. 3:48 remaining to play in the game. 28-14 Southern California, and the Irish driving.
They're back on the 12-yard line now with first down and goal to go. A double wing formation, and Brown will probably put it in the air. He rolls out to the right. Look for a receiver. He's going to run with the ball. He's down to the 10. And he's tripped up down on about the 7-yard line or 8-yard line. He was tripped up, and Anthony is the man who tripped him up. So it will be second down and 8 yards to go for Notre Dame. Ball down on the 8-yard line of Southern California. The clock is moving. 3 minutes, 15 seconds. Jaskowski, who scored a touchdown earlier, replaces Andy Huff. Notre Dame in the huddle. They got to remember the time situation. That clock is moving. 3 minutes, 7 seconds. Southern California leading 28-14. Notre Dame down on the 8. Waiting for it is Brown, that wishbone formation. Brown takes it down, gives it up, fakes it, rolls out to the right. He's going to run. He's down to the 5, and he's hauled out of bounds, stopping the clock on the 5-yard line. Erickson ran him out of bounds. 2 minutes and 52 seconds, that's all.
Cliff Brown faked beautifully that time and came down the near sidelines, and he came up with a real sleight of hand demonstration. But following the play very well again was John Grant, and the middle linebacker and defensive captain Anthony, who is taking up a lot of room in the middle of that line. John Jaskowski comes back out.
Bill, here's one for you. Navy has just beaten Duke 15-14, and that's the team Duke that beat Stanford. And they'll be here next week to play Notre Dame. The Navy beat Duke today. 28-14, Southern California leading. The ball on the 5. It's third down and goal, and the give is to Brown. Kept it himself, fumbled the ball, and I believe that Southern California may have the football. They do on the 5 as Brown fumbled the ball. Cliff Brown, the young sophomore quarterback, fumbled on the 5, and Southern California recovered on the 4.
Well, with 2:39 remaining in the game, it is a well-nigh impossible task of Notre Dame to come back. They are down and in arrears by 14 points. Dan, you mentioned that score in that Navy-Duke game. After seeing a 2-4 record team today put on this demonstration, I'm a believer that on any given day.
Wide to the left, you're right, Morgan. And here's the quarterback sneak. About 2 yards. Jones is back in there at quarterback. Move that ball from the 4 up to about the 6. So make it second down and 8 yards to go. The clock moving now. Of course, Southern California's in no hurry now. They got a 14-point lead, 28-14. They're just trying to run it out here now at Notre Dame Stadium. Illegal procedure against Southern California. So it'll be a walk-off against Southern California. That'll move the ball back to about the 3-yard line. Illegal procedure. Erickson, flank wide to the left. Swan is split out to the right. And the give now is to Harris. Harris gets it to the 5, and that's about it. He is hit right at the 5-yard line. Mike Zeke is in on the tackle for Notre Dame. So mark the ball on the 5.
And taking as much time as possible, and now we have Notre Dame asking for a timeout.
Third down, 9 yards to go for Southern California. Swan split out to the left side. I formation, Jones with the ball, hands it off to his fullback. That's Holland. Holland running off right guard. He gets to about the 7 or 8 yard line. A timeout called again by Notre Dame to stop that clock with 1:38 seconds of playing time remaining. Had Notre Dame been able to go in, they would have had around 2 minutes or so to give it another whack. But of course the fumble, that's that old bugaboo, that gets you. Down on the 5 yard line, they lost it to Southern California. And the Trojans, of course, now are just trying to run it out. And he booms it out. Crotty waits for it, takes it on the 40, goes to the 35, gets a block, he's down to the 30, and stop right there on the 30-yard line. Tackle was made by Brown, the center of Southern California.
Only a minute and 29 seconds remaining in the game. They'll need some miracles here.
Townsend is wide to the right side. Waiting for it now is Brown. He rolls out to left. Now he looks. He throws to the end zone to Townsend, and just out of his reach. He had his man Parker beat all right, but he couldn't hit him. Stops the clock. Minute, 23 seconds left. Back to the 31. 2nd and 10 to go now for Notre Dame. The Navy will be here next Saturday afternoon. We'll be on the air 10 minutes after the hour. Eastern Daylight Time at 10 minutes after 2. Townsend to the right. It's a double wing formation. Huff is the running back. Brown is back to throw again. Sets up. Looks downfield. Throws one. It's completed out there to Gallagher at the 15, and Gallagher got out of bounds to stop that clock. He stopped the clock with the ball on the 16-yard line where he was knocked out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 now for Notre Dame on the 16-yard line of Southern California. 1st and 10. Darrell Dewan is coming in the backfield. Parker set out to the left side. Townsend out the right side in the double wing formation. Brown is going back to throw. He looks. He's in trouble. Dumps one over the middle. He's belted. Number 83, Hall, Willie Hall, the linebacker on the left side, bumped him down. 1 minute, 11 seconds of playing time remaining.
Willie Hall with a fine play and coming in and forcing on Brown, and not giving him any opportunity at all to look around and try to spot a receiver.
Double wing, up, the setback. Brown rolling to the left, stops, looks, throws, Creedy in his hands and out. At the 5-yard line, he was covered by 2 men, primarily Fate, number 47, the rover back of Southern California, who's been doing a good job of roving around back there today. 3rd and 10, clock stop, minute 6.
We have 1 minute, 6 seconds remaining in the game. Southern California 28, Notre Dame 14. And the skies are getting darker, and the drizzle is starting to come down again.
Brown taking it. He goes back to throw again. Gets some protection. In trouble. Going to be brought down. Back on the 26-yard line. You can just hold that football so long, and Willie Hall in there again to knock him down. Right on the 25-yard line. So it'll be 4th down and 18 yards to go.
And Brown had it for almost 3 seconds that time, and that's quite long to expect the blockers to keep those defensive linemen out from in front of you, and that's why they came pouring through finally.
Double wing, back goes Brown again. Remember, it's 4th down. He looks, he throws, incomplete. Intended for Darrell Dewan on the 10. Southern California will take over. 1st and 10 with only 26 seconds of playing time remaining. And Southern California has engineered an upset. They are beating Notre Dame 28-14 with 26 seconds to play. 25-yard line, 1st and 10, Southern California. Garrison out wide to the left. Quarterback sneak. Jones just falls on the ball. They want to run out the time. 28-14, 7 seconds. They'll never get another play on the way. The clock will run out. 4, 3, 2, 1. There is the gun. And the final score is Southern California 28, Notre Dame 14. In just a moment, we'll present the wrap-up of today's game.